which is Sharon, and I'm a final year visual arts student. Today, I want to share with you my creative journey in university, which is a process of growth. I will walk you through three experiences that challenged me, shaped my artistic perspective, and ultimately helped me evolve as an artist. Before I dive into the specific story, let me ask you a question. In this room, who has ever got a dream before? If you ever got a dream before, you can raise your hands up. Wake up, laugh, raise your hands up. So, for me, I also got a dream before to be an artist. I spent 4 years studying about visual arts, and I discovered my drawing talents when I was a child. And at that time, I got my own direction for my self-development, which is studying arts. That's why I'm here today. And back in those days, my understanding of art was quite traditional, mainly just focused on painting only. However, when I entered EDU, it completely expanded that definition. I've learned that art is not just about creating objects, and it's about conveying message, collaborating with others, and understanding different cultures. And this three experience helped me illustrate the expansion and the personal growth that came with it, which is sculpture making, dance performance, and the GPHship held by CSC department. The first experience was the creation of my final sculpture project named Fadip. This piece was inspired by the Cantonese song Fadip by Wang Weiman. I was deeply touched by the lyric. This lyric really touched me a lot. So I used my art to make a direct visualization of this lyric, and the core message is about letting go. When you look in the mirror, you are left with yourself, and the past are just like butterflies. It's beautiful to remember the trap behind the glass barrier. You can see it, but you can't return to it. So you can see this mirror, and it reflects your face up here. You can see it. And the effect is like this. When I turn on the light, it's become infinite time tunnel, and the effect is like this. For the challenges, technically, I want to create an infinite tunnel effect using mirror and lights to represent the depth of time. I had to experiment with different material and figure out a sturdy structure to support it, moving from a weak cardboard to a more secure drum base. And also, conceptually, the biggest challenge came after my presentation. I noticed that without my spoken explanation, many students and teachers didn't correctly understand the behind message of my artwork, and they saw a beautiful and dreamy fantastic tunnel but missed the deeper story about separation and acceptance. So the artwork message wasn't clear enough just from the visual elements. For the solution and reflection, I learned two big things from this project. First, fixing the technical issue was a hand-on process of testing and changing things, which taught me resilience and practical problem solving. And the bigger lesson was conceptual. I realized that I can't always be there to explain my art. So the artwork itself has to communicate the message and push me to think critically about how visual communicates. I saw that just making something look beautiful isn't enough. Every part is to support the theme. So in the future, I plan to use clear symbolic elements that point directly to my message. And this was a crucial step for me, moving from just making art to being an artist who communicates strategically through my art. And the second activity is a dance performance. It is an interdisciplinary arts exploration. My art used to be just on paper, but now I see that dance is also a beautiful form of art. I was part of the dance performance called Outside In, and I played the role of disgust. The story followed 5 emotions: joy, sadness, fear, anger, and my character disgust. The story is about the 5 emotions after a big argument, and they accidentally break important memory bonds, and they have to work together to fix it. So in this project, I was not just a dancer, I'm also a choreographer, props maker, and the promoter. The challenge is that, firstly, the time pressure. We had a very short time frame for the choreograph, rehearse, and produce the entire performance. And all of our members having different ideas. With 5 choreographers, we all had strong and different ideas about how our characters should act and interact. So merging this individual vision into one cohesive performance was very difficult. Under artistic execution, we want a specific artistic effect. We used 5 different color lights to represent the 5 emotions. In one key scene, we turned off all the stage lights and the 5 color lights cross and intertwine in the darkness. But creating this visual, beautiful scene is very difficult. The solution and reflection. Facing the time pressure, we stay very organized. We merge our creative ideas by listening and learning to compromise, and we improve each other's idea instead of just thinking on our own. And the successful light scenes was all about good planning and our good teamwork. And the experience was a big period of growth for me. I realized that art is an universal language. It's not just one thing. Choreography is like composing a moving sculpture. This project broke down the wall I saw between different art forms. Most of all, it showed me the power of collaboration. Creating something together is more challenging than working alone, but it's also more rewarding. That contributed significantly to my growth was a 2-day study trip to Guangzhou and Foshan, organized by Creative Arts Culture Department. The trip was a deep dive into Lingnan culture, and we visited the Yongqing Farm where we explored the Cantonese Opera Art Museum and watched a live opera performance. We also went to the Langfang Ancient Clay where we had a guide tour there and participated in a DIY workshop. The main difficulty was changing from just watching the culture to really experiencing it by myself. It's different to see beautiful porcelain in a museum compared to trying to make it by myself. It's very new to me. So even though I'm from Hong Kong and know some of the language and culture, I now had to understand it in a much deeper way by actually doing it. I asked a lot of questions in the workshop and carefully watched how the master worked with the clay. By creating clay by myself, I connect with the culture on a level that book can never achieve. So the trip taught me a deep lesson. Art is connected to culture and history. For example, the lion dance head are not just for performance. They are a symbol of good luck and strength. And this made me see that art is more than just a personal expression. It can be a lively and important part of a community's identity. So it inspired me to think about how I can bring part of my own cultural background into the modern arts to give my work a deeper connection to history and place. Looking back, these 3 experiences form my clear narrative of my growth. The sculpture project taught me the importance of clear visual communication and self-critical reflection, and the dance performance taught me the power of interdisciplinary collaboration and broke down my preconceived boundary of art. And the cultural trip grounded my art practice in a broader context, connecting it in a tradition and community. So my university journey has given me not just skills, but a new lens to see the world as a creator. And this process of growth, constantly being challenged and learning to adapt, is the most valuable thing I will take away from my time here.